So, hello everyone, this is Christina here, and I'm going to take you through the form filling process for the IPM at NALSAR, Hyderabad. NALSAR is a national law university situated in Hyderabad, and the Department of Management has recently started its IPM course from 2021. So, this IPM course is going to be a BBA plus MBA 5-year course, which is going to be spread across 15 different terms. The minimum eligibility required to apply for this is that you should have secured 60% in your 10 plus 2 equivalent, or it is expected, even if you're writing the paper, it's expected that you clear a minimum of 60%. And if it is a ST or a SC candidate, then 50% is going to be more than enough. And this particular program is completely through the taking of the guidelines of UGC as well as the NEP 2020. Now, let me go into this particular process. Before that, let me give you a few important dates. The registration window started on 9th January 2025 and it's going to end on 31st May 2025. Once you finish off the application form, then by mail, they will tentatively give you the exact dates of the NMET UG exam that you have to appear to apply for this. You can apply to this particular program either using their NMET UG exam or through your IPMAT Indoors code. So let me now take you through this particular form. Before starting to fill this, the important documents that you need to keep in handy before you start the application is first, you need to have a passport size photograph. This can be in JPG format, PNG format, JPEG format, or a GIF format, but it shouldn't exceed 512 KB. The second most important thing is going to be your 10th certificate scorecard. Okay, and that should be in a PDF format not exceeding 1024 KB. You should also have your 11th scorecard ready with you. That also should be in the PDF format not exceeding 1024 KB. Now, if you have already finished off with your 12th exam and you have in the form filled that your results have already been declared, then you need to keep your 12th mark sheet also handy in the same PDF format not exceeding 1024 KB. But if you have chosen that the results are being awaited, then in that case, you need not fill this particular form or you do not have to upload this particular mark sheet. The other card details are also mandatory in the PDF format not exceeding 1024 KB. The final thing is if you check on that you are a domicile of Telangana, then your domicile certificate also is going to be necessary for this particular process. Now, let us go ahead and see step-by-step form filling process. Before starting the application form, you need to go and register on the website. Okay, so on the description below in this particular video we have shared which particular official website you need to go to do this process also. So please do not go and randomly go to any particular website. You need to go to the official website which is mentioned in the description. So please go ahead, and before logging in you will have to register. So go and click on register here. Once you register, your name, your email ID, your mobile number, your state, your city, your program, okay, the IPM program, okay, the course. These are the mandatory things that you will have to fill in. And after that, you will have to enter the CAPTCHA that is on the screen and then check on I agree to receive information regarding admissions. So once that is done and you click on register, you will be sent a verification mail to your email ID. Okay, now note that whatever detail you have given here, okay, these are going to be used for the further communication process. So please ensure that whatever detail you're giving on this particular screen is going to be right. Okay, and that they are in active right now. So then you'll have to go to email and then you'll have to verify this. So once you verify, you will be redirected to your login page. So once you in the login page enter your email ID and also your password, you will be directed to this basic information page. In this particular basic information page, you are supposed to fill in your personal details. So your title is mandatory. Your name, remember the name has to be as per your 10th certificate. Please, any changes in the name is going to lead to a confusion, or even your registration or your candidature can get cancelled off at the last minute. So please ensure that whatever is your name exactly in the 10th certificate, you enter that. Okay, these cannot be further changed. So ensure accuracy. You will have to also give an email ID, your mobile number. The alternate mobile number here is not mandatory. So you may or you may not opt to give it. Date of birth again is mandatory. Your gender mandatory, nationality mandatory, category mandatory. Okay, whether you are general category, OBC category, ST category, that is very, very important. And then here, at this particular moment, they have not mentioned the Aadhaar card number to be mandatory. You may or may not enter it, but later on, you have to go and upload this particular document. So keep it handy, okay? And then you also have to mandatorily enter your place of birth or your city. So once this is done, once the personal or the basic info is filled, they will ask you to make the payment, okay? So without making the payment, you cannot go further and proceed with this form. So click on your make payment and then you will be directed to this. Okay, on this particular page, your basic details that you have already entered, that will be displayed. Your fee details will be disclosed and you'll have to now go and make a payment. So together here, you see that 2251.92 is going to be the charges applicable, including everything, the payment handling charges and the taxes, everything. So now you go and make your payment. Once you make the payment, okay, you will be diverted back to this particular page. So in this particular page, you have to now go ahead and fill your parents' details. First thing in your parents' detail is going to be your father's details. So in your father's details, okay, remember the first thing, your title, father's name, father's mobile number, father's email ID, father's occupation, all of these are going to be mandatory. So once you do this and then you scroll down, you will have to fill in your mother's details. Again, your mother's details, the title, the mother's name, mother's mobile number, mother's email ID are mandatory, but mother's occupation here need not be filled if you do not want to disclose that. And then further, when you go down, the family's annual income is also going to be asked, okay? And they also have a section where they ask you as to how did you know about us. So basically, if you came, how did you come to know about them? Either if you came to know about them through IMS, then mention other and then put in IMS learning resources, or whichever method you came to know about them, you please mention that. Then here, the most important thing, they'll ask you whether you are a resident of Telangana or you are claiming a Telangana domicile category seat. So if you select on this as yes, okay, you can select it as yes or no. Now, if you selected yes, then you will have to fit into any of these particular category. So a student who has been studying in the state of Telangana for 4 consecutive years and has actually written that 10+2 examination also from the same state, then that person can check this, okay? Or a student who has in the previous 7 years resided in the state of Telangana for 4 years and is now completing the qualified examination of 10+2 equivalent also from Educational Institute in the state of Telangana, okay? Then that person can also. And remember that whenever you are applying for this later on, you have to upload a valid residential proof to claim this. Okay, so without that proof, this is not going to be accepted. So if you're clicking here S, you should be satisfying these criteria. You should also have the residential proof with you. Okay, now if you have chosen no, then these are not required. Next thing, remember one more thing I have forgotten to say is 25% of the seats are actually kept aside from the IPM seats for Telangana residence domiciles. Okay, for more detailed breakup, then you will have to visit the official website. So now let me continue with taking you through this application form. In the next part, you'll be asked to give in your address. You have to fill in your country, your state, your district, your city. Okay, in the address line 1, you can fill in your basic address details. Address line 2, if required, you may use it. If not, you may not, because that is not mandatory. And then you'll have to compulsorily give the PIN code. So once this is done, they will ask you whether is this the same as your permanent address or not. If you give that yes, then nothing more is going to pop up. But if you give no, then what's going to happen is there will be a pop-up of a separate thing asking you for your permanent address. So once you fill in that, you can go and click on next, and then you can go ahead to the next part of this form. So in the next part of the form, they'll be asking you the educational details. In the education details, first thing, your 10th academic details. You'll have to give in your schooling, which is mandatory for 10th, your board, okay, your CBSE or ISC, whatever, okay, and then year of passing, your total marks. Like say, for example, if you have taken 6 subjects and each subject is going to be of 100 marks, you write for a total of 600 marks. So total marks that you put there, and then the marks that you have obtained, okay, the percentage would be automatically calculated by the form itself. And then below, you also need to enter each and every subject's individual scores separately. So, like say, for example, the first one, if you have taken up maths for a total of 100 marks, and then you have to write whatever marks was obtained as per the mark sheet. Okay, so there shouldn't be any deviations. And then you can click on the plus more. Okay, and add the remaining 5, because as per my example, we have written 6 particular subjects, right? So for 6 subjects, you can add 5 more and add all those details. Without adding all those details, you will not be able to proceed to the next part. Okay. Then you will have to next go ahead with the 11th academic basic details. So again here, the school name is compulsory, the board, university, the stream, year of passing, total marks, obtained marks is going to be compulsory. Okay. And the obtained percentage. Now, 11th subject-wise marks shows that it is not mandatory. But I tried without entering that and submitting, but my form did not get accepted and did not move on to the next part. So only after I filled this part, it got accepted and moved on. Okay. So make sure that you are filling in, okay, subject-wise details for your 11th also. Okay. Otherwise, the form doesn't move to the next part. Next one, your 12th academic details. Okay, now your 12th academic details, the school, you obviously know which school you are in right now and you're going to appear your 12th from, right? And then the board or university also right now, you know it. The stream also, you know it. The year of passing also, you know. But the results stated now here, you can either choose it as declared or awaiting for the results. So if you're in your 12th standard and you have not given your boards, then you are supposed to put awaited. Okay. If you put awaited, it will not ask you for the 12 subject-wise details. But if you mention that it is declared, okay, then you will have to enter the subject-wise detail as per your mark sheet here as well, okay? And then remember, as I told you initially itself, you can apply through this particular program through NMAT UG or through your IPMAT 2025 IIM Indore paper, okay, not the Rohtak one. So just have a look at this. I can just go ahead and select. See, when I'm putting awaited here for the 12th standard, it's not asking me for my subject-wise marks. Okay. And at the same time, I can go and choose only NMAT UG 2025. Okay. In that case, it would ask me for 3 city preferences with order. So you fill in that, okay, once, and please make sure that, okay, at that particular moment, you know as to which city you're going to be there. Okay, and it should be very, very near to you. There shouldn't be any kind of last minute stress of running from here to there, wasting so much of time and transport and all of that. Okay, so please ensure that you are choosing the closest city preferences. Okay, as per your priority order. Now, the next thing, you can also go with the IPMAT 2025 IPMAT Indore score. Indore score, again, I'm repeating. They'll ask you for your application number. Okay, so this is something which is mandatory. So if you're applying to the IPMAT Indore one, make sure that you should have applied to this and got the application number. Okay, so obviously the marks obtained, total marks, roll number, right now you would not know it because they've not even written the paper, right? So after this, once you go ahead, you can also choose both. Okay, you can apply, you can choose to apply through NMAT UG also and through IPMAT Indore also. So once you have filled in this particular one, you click on next. So once you click next, okay, you come to the somewhat end of the application form. Here, as I told you, okay, in the proper mentioned formats and within the proper size limits, you are supposed to upload your photograph, your Aadhaar card, your class 10 mark sheet, your class 11th mark sheet. Okay, because I declared that I have not, my results of class 12 has not been declared. So that is the reason that they have not asked for that particular mark sheet in this particular case, right? Okay, so once this is done, okay, we now go ahead to the next part. So in the next part, you'll have to declare, okay? So your applicant name, your parent name, and the date on which you have filled the form will be taken in automatically by this particular form. And then you will have to declare that whatever information that you've given so far is all true up to your knowledge. So once this is done, you have to go and submit your application. So this is done means everything is done, okay? And then you'll be given your application number and the payment transaction ID for yourself. Now, you can go back to the dashboard by clicking on this particular tab. Okay, so once you click on this particular tab, you will then be deviated to this particular page on which you'll see your application number. You can download your application form. You can also download your receipt. Okay, from here. And then if you go to the payments part, here you can view the receipt, download the receipt as well. These two options you had. The money that you have paid to register for this particular course also will be mentioned here. And then if you go to my communication, the list of mails that have been sent to you, all that you can view it here itself. Okay. And then finally, in the my queries tab, you will be able to see whether you have already raised a query and whether that has been attended to, or if you have not, you can go ahead and in case of any issues, you can raise a query from this particular thing. So this is all about the NALSA form filling. So I hope this video has been useful to you. Okay. And yes, so in case you have any doubts regarding this, we would love to hear from you. Okay. Please put it on the comments and we would respond to all your doubts over the comments itself. So thank you so much. And please remember, okay, go to the official website for the form filling, okay, which has been mentioned in the description. So thank you so much from IMS.